Well, hopefully that'll give everyone enough time to who wants to be here to get here. So, welcome back to Tales of Symphonia Remastered. Yep, we're getting to a big one. Big plot development today. I said I wanted to try to get to this in the last stream, but, well, I forgot about the summon spirits things, and, well, anyway. Hey, boy. Right, you're just the fast travel back to Lewin. We have to save Pietro, yeah. Yeah, basically just the same scene that always plays out, it's just Colette has to write it out, and instead we can actually do it this time. I finally get the Omega Shield, and I don't even have the right kind of silver. Hold on. Just 1 second. I'm just going to take all of that for no special reason. But yeah, I was just going on about, you know, oh, I can't craft the red shield. Now I finally have the Omega shield, and yeah, I don't even have the black silver to craft it. Now, I remember as a kid being like, oh man, I gotta get that ruby wand for Rain, because I'm 90% sure the ruby wand is what she uses in the opening. I still need to actually take the time to actually show you guys the opening, the opening cinematic. Wait, you could buy that here? Is that always available to purchase? Or is it they've now added new stuff I can purchase here since we are, you know, since we beat all the dungeons? I don't know. Okay. Enough dilly-dally. Let's go in. Alright. Actually, hold on. Okay, no special dialogue for staying here, but oh well, it was worth a shot. Okay. Everyone, the healing technique! We found it. I'm going to try it right now, alright? Yes, please. Resurrection! Ew. He's become lemony fresh. Oh, where am I? He woke up, thank goodness. Sophia, then I reach timer. Yes, Pedro. Sheena. She saved you.
Yes, I remember. After leaving Lewin, I was attacked by the Zions. Then she... Oh, thank you so much.
Don't mention it. And besides, the reason you regained consciousness is because of Rain here. If you're going to thank someone, thank her.
Oh, I see. Thank you so much. Now I can await the Chosen.
The Chosen? What do you mean?
The reason I broke out of the ranch was because
I was being horribly abused and did not want to die, but okay, sure.
It's because I have something I need to tell the Chosen.
If you're looking for the Chosen, she's right here. What? You're the Chosen?
Oh, Goddess Martel, thank you.
Goddess. Huh.
Man. But the Zions are trying to revive something called the Angelus Project. They're also developing a weapon called the Manakanen.
Manakanen? You mean Thor's hammer from the Ancient War?
I don't know the details. They are using things called X-spheres in the Sinister's experiments. Please stop this Angelus project with the power of the Chosen and save us all.
Excuse me. Guess that voice was harder to do than I thought. Relax, we defeated Kadvar and we rescued the people who were held captive. It's because of that jewel you had.
Is that true? I knew we could count on the Chosen.
But I'm concerned about the mana cannon. Yes, but we won't get anywhere pondering it here.
Could this technique be used to save Clara as well?
Yes, I'm sure we'll be able to save that poor woman when we have the time.
Plus when we can actually find her. I wonder. Because I actually know where we do eventually find her. I'm wondering if we could go do it now. I'm going to say no because we're doing... Yeah, we're not going to do that because, I built up that we're actually going to the Tower of Salvation. We're doing that. By the way, how are we going to get to the Tower of Salvation? We have to cross the mountains. I know. What is it? The Dragon Tour guy. We'll ask him to lend us some of his dragons. Dragons should be able to go to the Tower of Salvation.
I see. That's a good idea.
Okay, let's go. Yeah. So yeah, we don't get to interact with the graves at all since... Yeah, anyway. Hi! Oh, that was Genius's voice. You're the ones from before! We want to ride on the dragons.
Great! You have honor of being very first customer of Dragon Tour. Let's see now, 6 people means 3 dragons, so the special price available today is only 6,000 gold.
Okay, I know... Yes, it is expensive, and yes, realistically, gold would be a lot harder to make in this world, but... I mean... Dragon, right? I don't know. I think that's a kind of reasonable price.
But if we can't be helped, we have to get to the Tower of Salvation.
Yeah, it's for world regeneration.
What did you say?
Where did the lisp come from?
Are you the Chosen group?
I also don't... I think I completely forgot what voice I was doing for him. Whatever, he can be Russian roulette.
That's right.
Oh my! No, that won't do at all. I can't possibly take money from the Chosen. Please, put that money away.
Well, you haven't even taken it out yet.
In that case, already 3 high-class dragons for you by tomorrow morning. Of course, I will not accept any money. However...
What is it?
I've heard the area around the Tower of Salvation is dangerous, so... if you could just I mean, my cute little dragons are...
No problem. When we reach our destination, we'll return the dragons to you. Is that alright with everyone?
I have no objection. Yeah, we'll figure out how to get back when the time comes.
Oh, I understand. Well then, I should await you all here tomorrow morning.
Finally, a decent human being who's not in it just for the prop.
To the last seal.
Let's split up for tonight. But don't go outside the village. Understood?
Yep. Got it.
We'll be leaving in the morning.
Good night, everyone. Sleep well. You want to thank me? Don't worry about it. Despite knowing what your future holds, this is all I can do for you.
Yeah, I do love the... Let's split up for the night is such awkward dialogue, and it's just basically, let's separate so Lloyd can have a one-on-one with everybody.
Tomorrow, Silverant will be saved.
What are you gonna do?
Good question. The only thing I can do is believe in the Chosen. The Chosen from this side seems to be trustworthy enough.
What's that mean? Is there a Chosen you can't trust?
Tetheala's Chosen. I can't stand that guy.
I see. Tetheala has a Chosen too.
2 worlds, 2 chosen. If there really is a goddess, why did she make a world like this?
Yeah, no kidding. I want to kick her for doing this.
Seriously? I wish I could do that myself.
Your journey is finally coming to an end.
This isn't the end I hoped for.
Really. It's the journey you started by clinging to the Chosen. This was to be expected.
Clinging to the Chosen?
Don't you remember? It was you who said we have the Chosen on our side. The Savior who will regenerate the world.
Yeah, that's right. I said that. And that's why I have to protect her.
If relying and depending on the power of the Chosen at the most crucial time is what it means to protect her, then the meaning of the word protect must have changed significantly from my understanding. And now, the Chosen is trying to resolve everything by sacrificing herself.
What are you trying to say?
Lloyd, don't make a mistake.
I don't quite get it, but I got it. But hey, if I make a mistake, can't I just do it over again?
Do it over. If it's something you can do over again, then feel free.
You know, that's another bit of theming in this game that I missed as a kid. The whole idea of, you know, a lot of people, and Lloyd included, was just largely thinking, oh, I can, you know, I don't need to, you know, worry or even take too much responsibility because there's someone or something in place to make everything better. And a big part of Lloyd's story arc is kind of just taking his destiny into his own hands.
Go see Colette.
Not
This
an
is her
original
last night.
idea in any way, shape, or form. But again, as a kid, it was, again, deeper.
Last night.
Deeper than a lot of what
It's her
I'd
last
consumed
night as a
before.
human.
Professor, you're a scholar, right? Can't we do anything?
Don't you understand yet? You're not too bright. It's because I'm a scholar that I'm fascinated by Colette as she continues to transform into an angel.
You can't be serious, Professor.
You think so? Now go to her.
The Tower of Salvation is so close now. We've come quite a long way.
Yeah.
It's at a time like this that I stop and think how stupid I've been.
Why?
Because I don't even know if the way things have turned out is good or bad.
No one knows that. The ones who think they do are the stupid ones.
You think so?
Definitely.
I guess you're right. You say some cool things every now and then. Thanks, Lloyd.
Well, aren't I going to see the others? No, it's okay. Let's talk for a bit. You can write. The world regeneration. It's almost time. I'm sorry? Why are you apologizing? This is the end, and yet I can't even speak. I know that's weird. You dork. That doesn't matter. No matter what happens to you, you're still you. Even if you become an angel, even if you become like marble, I won't ever think you're weird. Ever. Anyway, I'm the one that has to apologize. Even though I promised I'd make you that gift before our journey ended, I kept thinking we still had a ways to go. I never even got close to finishing it.
Yeah.
I'll wait forever. Even after I become an angel, I'll keep on waiting. You can give it to me anytime.
I do wish the necklace had been brought up before again, since we found out the original one broke. Just so, because I know that some people, I imagine if they got lost, like I did in the first playthrough, there's been such a long period of time in between mentioning it, might not be sure what Lloyd's talking about here. But still, I do like that it is brought up periodically throughout the first... Actually, no, the necklace is brought up a decent amount throughout the game.
Okay, this time I'm really going to make it, no matter how long it takes. Can I ask you one last thing? Are you sure you won't regret this? Are you sure you want to become an angel? The truth is, I'm a little scared. Yeah, I would be too. But if giving up my life as a human means that Sylvarant will be reborn, then it's almost like my life is spreading out to fill the entire world. When I think about it like that, I'm okay. You're strong, Colette. The wind's pretty cold. Let's go back to the inn. Sorry. That's right, you can't feel it. Damn it, isn't there anything we can do?
Dramatic camera pan. That is the most uncomfortable way I've ever seen a person sleep, Lloyd.
Kratos, wasn't it? Where's he going?
I mean, granted, I think he's just lying in his, like, defeated animation position. I could be wrong about that, but...
You'll have to continue watching over Lloyd for me.
This is another scene that I do also like. Because, unfortunately, sadly, the two scenes we've seen with him and Noish, you only get payoff in it if you do one specific ending, which we won't be doing here.
I have things I must do. In my place, I need you to...
Kratos, look out! Stop!
Just a reminder, that was the leader of the Designs that captured Lloyd in the desert. Well, okay, maybe I shouldn't say. It wasn't confirmed if he's the leader. No, they call him Lord. But...
Kratos, are you okay?
Lloyd, thank you.
It was nothing. But who was that?
I would imagine it's that assassin. He managed to get away, but I gave him an injury he'll not soon forget.
I am so glad you made it, Muffin. Oh, I'm so glad someone was able to tune in for this part of the game.
I have a feeling I've seen him somewhere before.
Yes, you've seen him in Luke's wet dreams. Yes, I think he's hot. I'm not going to apologize for that. Yes, Lloyd's my favorite character in this game, but oh, that blue-haired man.
Yes, perhaps. Let's get back to the inn. Everyone's probably up.
Yeah.
Lloyd.
Hmm?
Don't die.
What? Yeah. Okay. Well, what's up all of a sudden?
In an earlier stream, after we went to the desert town, Lloyd got captured by a group of Designs. And he was, we ran into the guy with the blue hair in the room that we had a boss fight against Boda, the guy who attacked the temple at the very beginning of the game. He's still all uber mysterious and whatnot, and has even said, you know, it's like, I gotta go, I can't let them see me, etc., blah, blah, blah. It'll make sense, I promise.
Don't worry about it.
How can he tell me not to worry after saying something like that?
Now, this assassin...
What's this? There's some strange letters carved.
Oops, I didn't mean to cut that off. So, this ring actually leads to an optional side quest that I've only ever completed once. That does actually fill in a lot... Well, the only reason I've completed it once is because all it does is fill in some lore. And it's very interesting lore. So I do recommend doing it once if you ever play this game yourself, but it's not strictly necessary. It's just some good character stuff. Anyway, it's finally time. I want to... Assassin's Ring. A ring engraved with the initials Y and M. Yeah, that is a wee bit important, too. Because, yeah. I don't want to spoil it too much, but... Let's see, there's no guarantee we'll return safe from the Tower of Salvation. You ready? Yep. I'm ready. Sorry, I'm not making the good people watching wait. We're going to the tower. Stop getting stuck on things, Lloyd. These dragons are actually kind of cute, especially compared to the more monstrous ones we've seen.
I've been waiting for you. Please board the dragons in pairs.
Ooh, cool. Extra lores. Yeah, no, that's something... I think Tales of Symphonia... Because, like, how do I put it? One of the main complaints I had about the Tales of Xillia game is all the connection between the final boss and the main character, because they were supposed to be, like, characters with dual ideologies but were similar. You had to get all of that from side quests. Whereas this game does a good job of everything you need to know about the story is in the main story. But then there are extra stuff about side characters that are not strictly necessary to understand most of the characters' plots and motivations, but deepen the world and make it a lot more interesting. Now, this was something I thought was weird as a kid, because I thought, oh, riding in pairs. I'm like, well, I guess that means Lloyd's gonna... I will have to agree that the dragons are actually pretty cute. Thank you. I thought this was weird having Kratos out of the blue insist he ride with Colette, because I'm like, but Colette and Lloyd are supposed to ride together. Plus, this was officially when I'm like, okay, something's going on with Kratos. The fact that he's just out of the blue insisting he has to be with riding with Colette.
Anyway, I will ride the same dragon as the Chosen. Protecting her is my job.
Lloyd, who are you going to ride with? So, the person you pick here, it actually also affects their affinity that I've been talking about this whole game. Let me think. Who do I want to... Because I'm trying to think... Because the affinity can affect a few things. I think Sheena. Okay. I mean, that shouldn't come too surprising. In this game, Sheena is my waifu. It's almost time. Soon, the world will be regenerated and Tatheala will... Please trust Colette. I'm sure she'll ask Remiel how we can save both worlds. Yes, Colette wouldn't abandon Tatheala. I'll trust her. Colette, you can do it. Because, like, I will say, well, Sheena's probably my waifu in this game. I actually don't ship her and Lloyd like I used to. Playing through this game again and picking up on some of the...
Where are Colette and the others?
Picking up on some of the more subtle nuances between Lloyd and Colette's character, I'm like, okay, no, I do ship Lloyd and Colette. Anyway.
Looks like they've gone in already. Let's hurry up.
That's not suspicious. Let's see. Yep, party is set up like I like. This was some trippy scenery as a kid. What are those? They're bodies? Those must be coffins. Why are all these dead bodies here? They must be all the Chosens that failed the world regeneration up until now. So if Colette fails, she'll wind up here with them? Damn it! I'm worried about Colette. Let's hurry. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Here we go. This part blew my mind as like a 12-year-old kid. No, I would have been, yeah, 12 or 13.
What?
I had never experienced a plot development like this before, and it's stuck with me a lot. I know it's nothing that surprising, but oh, here we go. Here we go.
Now, my daughter, release the final seal.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Sorry, 1 second.
In doing so, you will complete the final sacrifice of your human existence, your heart and your memory. By doing so of your own free will, you will become a true angel.
What?
Sacrifice her heart and memory?
That's a lot of tries. Eventually, should be regenerated if there's so many chosen ones. Yeah, you'd think, but don't worry. We're gonna get a much more in-depth explanation as to how this world regeneration is supposed to work.
Colette's going to forget about us?
Colette's human life will now end, and she will be reborn as an angel.
Professor Sage, what is he talking about?
Lloyd, I'm sorry. I promised Colette I wouldn't say anything. Colette will give up her life in order to regenerate the world. Becoming an angel means dying.
That's not quite correct. The Chosen's heart will die, and her body will be offered to the goddess Martel. By offering her body, Colette will revive the goddess. This is the true nature of the world regeneration. The revival of the goddess Martel is the revival of the world itself.
That's...
Lord Remiel, we have heard that a world known as Tatheala lies parallel to Silverant.
That is not for you to know.
You kept it a secret because it is true, correct?
From whom did you learn of it?
Can't Crucius make both worlds peaceful?
If that is what the Chosen desires, she can lend her power to Crucius by becoming an angel. Once the goddess Martel is revived by the Chosen, the two worlds will surely achieve peace, just as the Chosen wishes. Is that true, you ask? You know why you have come here.
You can't! Are you really planning to die?
Colette, stop! If you sacrifice yourself, your friends who love you, and your family, and me, we'll all be sad. It'll be the same as sacrificing all of us. Genus, let me go!
I don't want anything to happen to her either. But what else are we supposed to do? The people of Silverrun are suffering too.
But
The sacrifice of one single person, the Chosen, will save the world. Are you saying that you would choose the Chosen soul over the entire world? Now, Colette, come join your father.
wait, Remiel! Is there really no other way? Colette's your daughter! Surely you don't really want her to die either!
My daughter? Don't make me laugh. When I came down to play the role of Guardian Angel, you inferior beings just started calling me her father on your own.
What?
I merely placed the Crucius crystal upon this sacrifice, who was selected to become Martel's vessel.
Colette!
Lloyd, it's okay. I realized what was going on. Every time I met Remiel, I felt that he was not my real father. But still, for some reason, I still feel like I want to cry.
Colette, if you realized what was going on, then why...
You can hear my voice? I'm so happy! I'll be able to say goodbye to you in the end.
Colette, I'm sorry. I couldn't save you. I'm so sorry. I promised I wouldn't make another mistake. But it looks like I have again.
No. Thank you, Lloyd. Because of you, I was able to find the courage to protect the world. Because of you, I was able to find the strength to live these 16 years to the fullest. So please.
Okay, I guess Lloyd is... maybe he's 17, because I remember him being a year older than Colette. So I believe I remember saying Lloyd was 15, but I think that's wrong.
Colette!
It looks like it's time. Goodbye.
Yay, Judgment, one of the most powerful but inaccurate spells in the game.
I've done it. It's finally complete. Martel's vessel is finally complete. With this, I shall become one of the 4 Seraphim.
And as a Christian, it blew my mind. I'm like, wait, what? Angels can be bad guys?
Wait just a minute. What are you gonna do with Colette?
He's going to take her to heaven.
Bastard. You'll pay for this. Crucius, the angels, the goddess Martel. It's all a big lie, isn't it? Let her go! Now!
May not have the same build-up as I missed lots of the game, but that's... It's a very emotional scene, yeah.
I cannot do. For she is Martel's vessel. This is Martel's new body, which took years to complete. I have no more use for any of you. Be gone!
Ooh.
I have no
Here we go.
more
The
need of
angel
you.
battle
Be
music.
gone.
Again, not my favorite in the game by any means, but it's still good. You don't have Dark Seal yet, do you, Sheena? You don't. That means I don't actually have a good specialist, because I know he's immune to light, and all I have access to right now are light-based. Yeah, let's turn everything off, because I need you to focus on learning Thunderblade. Yeah, I got nothing. Oh, wait. Did he just get hurt by... Okay. I can't... Okay, he isn't immune to light damage. So, we can use Photon Tempest or Power Thrust against him. Okay. I probably should have actually waited... Okay, cool. That being said, Genus, I want you to have Thunderblade as your... There we go. I want you to put... Where's Mirage Seal? There we go. Oh, also, I'm gonna... Oh, okay, no, you've used Icicle enough. Alright, you can have full access to your abilities again. I'm not gonna lie. Holy Lance. That is one of the best light spells in the game. And Rain can learn it. Unfortunately, Holy Seal is Rain's S ability, whereas I prefer having her as a T, because there's what's it called? Their EX abilities can make them either a T-type or an S-type. I don't really like the S-type builds for almost all the characters, so she's not going to learn that one. Plus, someone's like, well, why not just make her an S-type briefly, let her learn the ability, and then switch her back to a T-type? I'm like, yes, but the problem is Holy Lance isn't compatible with one of the best unison attacks in the game. Let's see. I can see how a Christian child seeing this would react to, whoa, an angel is evil. Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, yes, I know people are like, but in the Bible, there are plenty of angels shown doing less than above board things. I'm like, well, yes, but bear in mind, most Christian households, they don't talk about or really teach all that much about some of the shadier stuff that angels and gods do in, like, the Old Testament and whatnot. We try to just teach the more modern view about, you know, loving angels and a loving God and whatnot, which, don't get me wrong, I prefer, because I feel like, let's be honest, the Catholic Church controlled people in the Dark Ages by just threats of, oh, God will damn you to hell if you don't do what we say, which is bad. So, either way, this isn't supposed to be Christianity by any means, but, well, okay, let's be honest. Their designs are very Christian. I mean, hell, we later find out that this church has a pope, so... Yes, it's not supposed to be Christianity, but it's close enough.
How could ultimate power lose?
Quickly cook, because spoiler, that's not. We're not done fighting yet.
Possible. How can an angel, the ultimate being, lose to a group of humans?
Colette, come back to us! I'm going to restore you back to your normal self, I promise! Colette, have you really forgotten me?
You're wasting your time. Not only did she lose her memory, but she has lost the soul to listen to your words.
No, it's meant to be... I mean, especially since I know Japan is not shy of criticizing the Catholic Church. Just, there's a lot of Christian-inspired imagery in the villains in this game.
Now, Colette is merely a
as well as the
puppet
Church of
standing
Martel.
before death's door.
Kratos!
Where have you been? What are you saying?
The Chosen desired the regeneration of the world and chose this path herself. By the summoning of the Chosen to Darius Karlon, the seal will be broken and the regeneration will be complete.
Kratos, what are you talking about?
It is what you wanted as well. We will take the Chosen as the new body for Martel.
What are you talking about? Kratos, answer me!
Lord Kratos, have pity on me. Please, lend me your aid.
Have you forgotten, Remio? I was once of the inferior race, a human. Does the ultimate being seek help from that which he despises the most?
Now, this plot twist
Move out of the way.
legitimately, like, double surprised me, because while I was able to pick up there was something funny going on with Kratos,
Kratos, who are you?
I didn't see this coming.
I am of Crucius, the organization that guides this world. I am one of the 4 Seraphim, sent forth to keep close watch over the Chosen.
And this is where I get confused again, because as I said in the last stream, I always assumed as a kid the reason why Colette's wings were made of light and not feathered wings was because she's not a full angel. But Kratos here is a full angel, and he has wings of light. So I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is supposed to be.
Kratos is an angel too?
Oh yeah. Also, if you were even familiar with the the etymology of the name Kratos, his name is actually kind of a giveaway as to who he is, since Kratos in Greek mythology is like a winged enforcer of Zeus.
You deceived us.
Deceived? If the Chosen merges with Martel, she will awaken, and the world will be saved. Is that not what you wanted?
Once her body is taken by the goddess Martel, Colette will truly die.
No. She will be reborn as Martel.
Damn it. You think I'm gonna let you do that? Colette is our friend!
You earnestly believe you can defeat me?
So, fun fact, when I first played through the game, I actually was able to get Kratos. Like, you might have noticed I took all of Kratos' equipment off of him, but I actually legitimately had access, like I had him wearing all the equipment he's wearing now. So when I played through the game a second time, I'm like, okay, so if I give him crappier equipment, will that change the fight? Well, obviously no, it won't. But, oh, also, another fun thing that surprised me as a kid is I'd also never experienced this. This is a fight you can either win or lose. Like, I had never, because yeah, I'd only ever played games where it's like, you're supposed to win this fight, and it's impossible to, you're supposed to win this fight, so if you keep losing, just get good, or you're supposed to lose the fight. So, I really thought this was cool, the fact that it's like, you can actually win this fight. Oh crap, Sheena went down.
Get ready.
Also, the idea of, losing a party member, having a party member betray you like this. Again, my RPGs up to this point had been Pokemon and a few of the Final Fantasy 1 and 2, which, I mean, to be fair, Final Fantasy 2 does have some betrayal in it, but I didn't get that far into the game to see that, because Final Fantasy 2 sucks, and I will not apologize for saying that. Let's see, the story can go 2 directions of losing or winning. That makes it interesting to win. Well, the story isn't really affected. All that changes is the cutscene that plays afterward. Actually, maybe I should lose on purpose, because if you lose, there's another bit of foreshadowing that plays out in the scene. Yeah, again, it's not like Chrono Trigger levels of deep where you can, like, potentially end the game early if you somehow beat the final boss in the first encounter. Okay, I'm actually going to let us lose this because, again, there's a subtle bit of character and foreshadowing
You cannot oppose fate.
if you get the Kratos wins bit.
Damn
So he poises to strike, and he hesitates. I know, again, doesn't seem like much, but once you know more about Kratos' character, that's actually huge foreshadowing. Hello, pretty man.
I guess not even you could bring yourself to fight against such an opponent.
Lord Yggdrasil.
Lord Yggdrasil. Kavar and Magnius mentioned that their leader was named Yggdrasil. And Remiel called us inferior beings. That's something that the Desians call us constantly. I know it's not that... Yeah. My jaw hit the floor when we met this guy, because I'm like, wait. The Desians are working for the Angels. I was gobsmacked. Again, I know I feel I want to keep saying it because I don't want people being like, it's not that deep, right? I'm like, I know it's not deep, but for a 13-year-old to experience a game like this for the first time, this game really defined my writing, my, what I like about game. Anyway.
Who's that? Another angel?
Are you Lloyd?
Give me your name and I'll give you mine.
People need not introduce themselves to a dog.
Rough.
What did you say?
Fine. I shall tell you my name, wretched human. I am Yggdrasil, leader of Crucius, and the Desians.
Oh, he comes out and says it here. Okay, I forgot he came out and just admitted it.
I'll show you the meaning of true power.
Again, my point about being just gobsmacked when I put it together.
Holy Lance. There.
So, you'll notice we are only dealing a single point of damage to him. This is a fight you are absolutely supposed to lose. However, because we are damaging him, you can painstakingly chip away his health and beat him. It takes forever, but it is something you can do, and you can actually get kind of a tantrum villain speech out of him. And it's kind of funny. Again, it doesn't really change the scene at all, other than him just being like, how dare you stand up to me. Given how purple that sword is, it looks like something Kratos should be using.
Kratos, I trust you have no objections. Farewell.
Hey, Boda.
Damn. The Chosen has already become an angel. We have no choice. We're taking her back with us alive.
And those three are dead now.
Renegades, as irritating as ever. Still, it is of little consequence. Kratos, let us leave.
As you wish.
I mean, it is of big consequence. You kind of lost, the body.
Saved by the renegades. Don't die, Lloyd.
If I ever has a sword, I would want that sword. I love purple swords. Yeah, no, I like the design of that sword a lot.
Where are we? Where's Colette?
She doesn't respond to anything we say.
Damn it!
Lloyd, do you remember this place? We're in Triet Desert, remember? This is the base where you were captured before.
And this was the desert bad guys thing I was talking about earlier.
The Desian base?
These guys aren't Desians.
What? What do you mean?
So many things happened at once. I'm confused too.
And yeah, this was something I liked about this game, and I've mentioned a few times, and it's an issue with some other RPGs, especially Final Fantasy as well as other Tales games. The plot twists tend to come out of nowhere, whereas this game does a pretty good job of properly foreshadowing any twists before the characters know them, so it doesn't come as tonal whiplash, and more as proper world building.
Then why don't we go over everything we know about the situation as it stands now? First, our current situation.
Which is good
When we were about
writing.
to be killed in the Tower of Salvation, we were rescued by the organization on this base that resembles the Desians. They call themselves the Renegades.
So what you're saying is that the people here are called Renegades and not Desians? Okay, I really don't get it, but go on.
It seems that the Renegades oppose the Desians. They probably have a reason for intentionally trying to look like Desians.
And it also does explain, because it's like, wait, well, if the Angel guy's in charge of the Desians, why are the Desians trying to kill the Chosen? Spoilers, they're not. It's the Renegades who have been this whole time. And it would explain why Magnus was so surprised when it's like, wait, we weren't supposed to kill the Chosen? Then whose orders were I operating under? Because, I mean, again, the Desians are not supposed to kill the Chosen.
Alright, I think I get it now. We were saved by an organization called the Renegades that looks a lot like the Desians. So then who's that angel guy?
Have they tried giving a whack to the head? Also, good foreshadowing, then a good twist sounds awesome. This game is all about, like, what I love about most Tales games is that the end goal you're presented with at the start of the game is never the actual end goal of the game. And I don't necessarily mean a shifting goalpost way, more as you're make your way towards your objective, you learn more about the world you're in and the characters you're interacting with, and realize that there are other objectives you need to shoot for, or the objective you are working for is not what all it's cracked up to be. And of all the Tales games, Symphonia is the best at starting something, drip feeding you information, so when you finally get to your main objective, you're like, this is not an end goal. In fact, this shouldn't even be a goal in the first place, and then you pivot. And throughout the course of the game, you're always working towards another goal that eventually leads into the finale, and it flows very organically. That's something that Tales of Vesperia, I think, did absolutely dog shit on. But it's still a little better than what don't get me wrong, I like Tales of Graces. It's one of my favorite Tales games, but the way they tell the story is piss. Like, spoilers for Tales of Graces in 3, 2, 1. In the final third of the game, they're like, we need to go to the moon. We need to go to space. Wait, what? Yeah, we just need to go to space. We've never established that we can go to space. It's never been presented in a way that space was something that was going. They just go, and the characters just accept it as something you can do. Also, in Tales of Graces, the world is encapsulated in a bubble of water. Why? I don't fucking know. There was no foreshadowing for it, but anyway.
And what about Kratos?
Do you remember Yggdrasil's words? This is just pure conjecture, but Crucius, holy beings worshipped by the Church of Martel, and the Desians may in fact be the same organization.
Whoa, wait. What? How could that be possible?
And I also, like, as a kid, I'm like, why is Lloyd resisting this idea? But then I'm like, the Church of Martel has always been a comforting force in the world, and the Desians have always been pure evil. He's literally being asked to, rewrite his entire perception of reality. I'm like, no. This is a realistic reaction.
If we think of the Desians as a part of Crucius, or perhaps their pawns, everything makes sense.
I remember one of the Desian 5 Grand Cardinals said that their boss was Yggdrasil.
And Yggdrasil said that he was the leader of Crucius and the Desians when he appeared before us.
If the Desians and Crucius are the same, well, then what about Kratos? He obeyed Yggdrasil's orders. That means...
He also had wings.
That's right. He's our enemy. He deceived us. He admitted it himself. He's one of Crucius's 4 seraphim.
Kratos is likely a subordinate of Yggdrasil. He probably joined us to make sure Colette didn't stray from the journey to regenerate the world.
So we were deceived from the very beginning.
Which I also really liked, because as a kid, I always felt that Kratos just showing up and being knowledgeable, I'm like, that seems kind of convenient. I mean, I've seen more forced writing in other games, but again, I just accepted it because I'm like, oh, well, you need a badass character who's knowledgeable in order for the journey to happen. I'm like, oh, wait, there's a story reason behind that.
By Remiel, the Crucius, even Kratos.
Actually, one thing, okay, so one thing I actually really hate about the Tales of Symphonia OVA is the Renegades actually, like, so in the OVA, Kratos steals all the dragons and takes Colette to the tower so we can't follow. So then the Renegades actually give us a lift to the tower, and, well, I'll continue in a second. Although one thing that's really cool is that we get to actually see Remiel gets cut to pieces by, so that's very satisfying to see him die horribly. But we then see that it's this guy with the blue hair who gives us a ride there, and he actually gets in a pretty epic fight with Kratos, but it kind of ruins the continuity because Ewan is very, sorry, spoiler, his name's Ewan, actually says when we first met him, he can't afford to let Kratos see him or know who he is, so if I haven't made it clear in this stream, I hate the Tales Symphonia OVA. Do not watch it.
Are you the Renegades?
Correct. We're an underground resistance dedicated to fighting the Desians, or rather the Crucius.
So Crucius and the Desians really are the same organization.
Oh dear, dropping water.
Correct. Crucius controls the Church of Martel in the open, and operates the Desians from behind the scenes. The Desians are a subordinate organization within Crucius.
The Church of Martel is nothing more than an instrument created by Crucius to rule the world. Those who call themselves angels are half-elves who have evolved by using a special type of X-sphere called Crucius crystals.
And that's another reason why I bring up the OVA saying that Lloyd has the only X-sphere is stupid, because Crucius crystals are X-spheres. It also kind of makes it more interesting when you realize, because when Colette earlier in the game says, I don't have a right to judge since she doesn't use an X-sphere, she does.
They aren't gods or anything of the sort. Of course, the Church of Martel and the Chosen know nothing about that.
They're half-elves too?
Yes, some of the Desians, as well as Crucius and ourselves, are half-elves.
What is Crucius trying to do? Are they doing all of this just to rule the world?
Do you intend to have us explain everything? How about using your own head a little?
I'm sorry, I'm actually on Lloyd's this one because I wouldn't fully understand what their motivations were at this point.
Do they wish to revive the goddess Martel?
I mean, okay, yes, we did know that, but we don't know what that's going to accomplish, so cut Lloyd some slack, man.
They send oracles to those of the Mana lineage and control their marriages to create Chosens who become the vessel. It seems meaninglessly drawn out and complicated.
Well, well. I am impressed.
There is another world beyond Silverrun that competes for mana.
Tetheala.
Yes. And the one who created this twisted world was Crucius' leader, Yggdrasil.
Create a world? That's ridiculous. No one can do that.
I'm just pointing out, you guys thought the goddess Martel created the world up to this point. Is it really so hard to believe that a super powerful angel could do the same thing?
If that's what you believe, then our conversation ends here.
Damn it, Genus.
Wait, if Yggdrasil was the one that created the two worlds himself, what can you possibly hope to do against someone like that? And that's not all. You tried to kill Colette and me. You're certainly not on our side. And yet for some reason, you saved us. Why?
You're not as stupid as you seem.
Excuse me?
Our goal is to stop Martel's revival. Therefore, the Chosen, who would become her vessel, was an obstacle.
Unfortunately, the Chosen completed the angel transformation. The Chosen is now a lethal weapon whose only goal is self-preservation. We wouldn't dare lay a hand on her.
Then how did you get her to come with you?
Now we have the key to stop Martel's resurrection. We no longer need the Chosen.
What?
What we need is you, Lloyd Irving.
And I also like this because you don't find the question as to why they're obsessed with Lloyd. doesn't get answered until like the final, until we're like 3/4 of the way through the game. So like the final quarter. So.
Me? What's so special about me?
That's none of your concern. Get him!
Because, I mean, admittedly, as a kid, I assumed it had something to do with his X-Sphere, but...
Lord Ewan! No! It's his wound from Hyma. Kratos! How many times must you get in my way?
Wound from Hyma? Are you telling me the one who attacked Kratos was...
Lloyd, what are you doing?
Hi, Corin. Yes, I'm sure you're going to be able to handle all those guys, no problem. Why am I... I've never had it kind of force me to be Colette before there. I mean, I don't inherently have anything against Colette as a character, it's just... I prefer having Lloyd as my avatar, because Lloyd's my man. There we go. Yeah, Tiger Rage is another example of why it's like, why would I ever want to make Lloyd S-type? Because most of his S-type abilities are, it's the same ability, it just happens to deal more damage. Whereas Tiger Rage, that's got some cool animation right there. I also like these tubby renegades. They just, I don't know, they make me smile. Also, I like the percussion, or not the percussion. Maybe that is percussion. I keep forgetting. In the Renegade base, just, you know, the... Yeah. Yep, goodbye. And yeah, Kratos, unless you get one very specific ending, is gone from the party. Like, he betrays you and doesn't ever permanently come back. Again, unless you do one of the alternate endings. Okay, I mean, not alternate endings, but it doesn't matter. Like I've mentioned a few times, there is affection in this game. And based on who you have the most affection with, you can get alternate... Well, they either, you know, become... Point is, unless you do the Kratos affection ending, he's gone and never comes back. Outside of one mission where you team up with him, but that's beside the point. That... I had never experienced anything like that in a game. So the idea of, wait, a character who leaves and never comes back was so strange to me. And yeah, because while I definitely wasn't unfamiliar with the concept of betrayal, but I just need to reiterate, I don't think anything in this game is all that groundbreaking, but everyone needs to remember each game is someone's first. So even if you can't see why something's special because you've experienced something like that in another game, it was the first for someone else's. That's why I do want to go back and give Infinite Undiscovery another proper playthrough. I mean, again, definitely not for a live stream. Well, I'd want to beat the whole game completely before ever attempting to stream at that, just because that game had so many unique mechanics. I just kept forgetting how everything was supposed to be executed in between each stream. So I'm like, okay, this isn't good stream material for a blind playthrough. Again, as cool as it would be to, you know, get my reactions on camera, if I keep forgetting how to execute certain commands, I'm like, this is a waste of everyone's time. To have every single episode's like, hold on, I need to quickly Google how I'm supposed to do all this again. And I want to have more respect for your guys' time than that. Yeah, I am sad that I couldn't, because I originally was going to stream Biomutant blind, but again, then had realized, like, I should make sure I can beat a game before I actually try to stream it. So, I don't know. I think both approaches are perfectly valid, if you know what I mean. But oh, by the way, the puzzle here, we're supposed to progress. We need to put a block on that blue space there. However, if you put a single block in there before you get these treasure chests, then you can't get the treasure chest. So if you play through the game, just remember that. There's so many block puzzles in this game. We should have the Tetris music playing. Straw Hat. Oh, I can go join Luffy now. Actually, hold on. You... Yeah. Let's see. This is making me want to play this game. Even though I may be watching it and know some stuff, it still sounds like it would be a fun time. Yeah, honestly, like, make no mistake. This isn't a game I recommend to people as a whole, just because the dated combat can be very frustrating. And the story is definitely a lot more predictable if you play the game as an adult, but the characters still withstand the test of time. Sure, they're nothing original. I mean, they all fall under archetypes, but they still are very good representation of their archetypes and manage to stand out. The game, for me at least, is still really fun, and I imagine would still be really fun for people who do enjoy older RPGs. And yeah, this really is one of the best examples of the strength of the Tales series in terms of its storytelling. Now, I do stand by, I think Berseria is the best Tales game as a whole, but this one will always be my favorite and will always be the most important to me. Because, yeah, Berseria is the one that gets the next closest to... Wait. What am I supposed to do now? Could have sworn. Because yeah, a lot of the later, like, even like Tales of Abyss, the Tales game that takes place, that came out right after this one, is already more oh, right. I remember what I'm supposed to do. Because Tales of Abyss, the Tales game that came out right after this one, is more fun in terms of combat because you already have less movement restrictions. Because if you ever played any of the older Tales games, like Tales of Fantasia or older, the combat all took place on a 2D plane, and you were very limited on how you could move. Like, you could literally just run back and forth at the enemies. This game, despite the combat taking place in a 3D environment, as I've said a few times, you can only run towards and away from the enemies, and that's a holdover from just how the games used to function. But once Abyss, or I'm pretty sure it was Abyss that did it first, but once Abyss and Vesperia came along, they made it so you could freely run around the arena. It's like, again, let's take the most recent Tales game, Tales of Arise. It's definitely a lot more fun to play, but I gotta be honest, I really found the story in Tales of Arise to be somewhat lacking, if I'm being perfectly frank. Not that I think Tales of Arise is actually bad. I'm just saying I find it to be a wee bit, or the story. I personally find the story in Tales of Arise lacking compared to this game. Once again, not that I think Tales of Arise is a bad story. It's just... Oh, did I not charge you? I guess I didn't charge you. Because Tales of Arise definitely has one of the best love stories in the game. So, recommend it for that alone, even if the actual plot confuses me after a while. Yeah. Because I think Berseria is the best, and then Symphonia is the next best after that one.
Damn it. What's so special about me?
Your hair.
Those renegades need to hurry up and make up their freaking minds about whether there are enemies or not.
Fair enough.
Lloyd, what are we going to do now?
We've got to save Colette somehow. She's going to die if she's made into Martel's vessel.
But what can we do?
Sheena, where did you get your X-Sphere?
Huh? Well, that came out of nowhere. I got this before I came here. They attached it to me at the Imperial Research Academy.
Is it normal for people to equip X-Spheres in Tethe'ala?
No, not at all. The technology was originally brought over by the Renegades. Nowadays, X-Spheres are mainly attached to machines.
Wait a second. So Tethe'ala and the Renegades are on the same side?
I'm not sure if you could say that, but the Renegades were the ones that brought us information about the nature of the two worlds, and the plan to assassinate the Chosen was their idea. They talked the King and the Pope into it. If you desire for Tethe'ala to prosper, kill the Chosen of Silverant.
That's horrible.
Lloyd, I suggest we go to Tethe'ala.
Why Tethe'ala?
Don't you remember what Ewan said? Angels are half-elves that evolved using special X-Spheres called Crucius crystals.
Oh, I get it. Colette's current condition is caused by the Crucius crystal.
Since Tethe'ala is studying the X-Spheres, they may know something about Crucius crystals as well.
That's a good idea. I'm pretty sure that they're studying the Crucius crystal that belongs to Tethe'ala's Chosen at the Imperial Research Academy.
There's a Chosen in Tethe'ala too?
Of course. The world regeneration ritual is carried out in Tethe'ala as well. The Church of Martel exists too.
But if they've been carrying out the regeneration that many times, why hasn't Martel's vessel been completed already?
I'm curious about that myself. Perhaps those corpses lined up in the Tower of Salvation were... No, never mind.
Yeah, there are too many things that we don't know. Crucius's objective, the Renegades, the method to save Colette. So let's just start with what we can do now.
So, we're going to Tethe'ala?
Yeah, that's the only lead we have right now.
Plus, we've almost completely explored the map of Silverant, so there's really not much else we can do at the moment.
And this time, I'm going to fulfill my role. I'm not going to let Colette bear the burden all by herself anymore.
Wait a minute. That's great and all, but how are we going to get to Tethe'ala?
I'm sure Sheena knows how to get there, correct?
My understanding is that you can travel to Tethe'ala by passing through a distortion in space. As far as I know, crafts called Riods are the only things that can do that.
Where are they?
The Renegades should have them. They should be somewhere on this base.
Okay then, let's get going. So these are the Riods.
Hurry, they'll catch up to us.
The Riard music.
All right then, Tethe'ala, here we come.
And you just know how to pilot it. Whoa! This was not animated in the original game. Dang. This was all done in engine in a really goofy and cheap way, but... Whoa. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that was not done with an animated cutscene originally. Oh, that was cool.
happening?
I don't know. It just suddenly...
Look, the fuel gauge is empty.
So that's it. Since you've broken the seals in Silverant, there's not enough mana in this world.
And that means we're gonna fall!
Yeah, that really was cool. Yeah, they can't let us have the flying machines just yet, because we still have all of Tetheala to explore before we can start getting the super quick traveling options.
I think we managed to avoid destroying them completely.
But they're useless unless we get some fuel.
What's the fuel? Coal?
Coal? Oh, jeez. How do you guys manage to actually live in Silverant?
Then magic, I assume. Perhaps the lightning that Volt produces?
Then all we have to do is have Sheena summon Volt, right?
I haven't made a pact with Volt.
Oh, well then I guess
I felt she was
we'll
a,
just have to
so
leave these here.
just spoilers. She has a history with Volt, and I feel she really should have cringed a bit more at the mentioning of Volt.
Oh, and here I thought Magi technology was infallible.
Hey, what's that?
That's the Tower of Salvation. Why is that here? This is Tetheala, right?
Of course. The Tower of Salvation appears in the Flourishing World. The tower also appeared on your side after Colette received the Oracle, right?
2 worlds. 2 towers. What about the Holy Ground? The Church of Martel is also over here, correct? Is the Holy Ground called Karlon?
Yes. The place where the Tower of Salvation lies is the Holy Ground of Karlon. The same as in your world.
The Holy Ground of Karlon is where the peace treaty was signed to end the ancient war. There can't be 2 of them.
Are you sure yours isn't a fake? We have records in our museums that depict how the hero Mythos called the 2 ancient kings to the Holy Ground of Karlon in order to forge a peace treaty.
And such records exist on our side as well. Instruments used to sign the treaty can be found in the Palma Costa Academy.
So, either one side is fake, or maybe they're actually both real.
Lloyd, that's not possible.
Don't get mad, I was just kind of saying stuff. Anyway, let's get going.
It's true we aren't going to get anywhere by pondering about it here.
Wow, it's our first adventure in Tetheala.
Genus, this isn't a field trip.
Let's see. I'll actually read this one this time. I gotta say, that was quite a surprise.
Indeed, I didn't get the opportunity to fly through the sky very often. You don't.
Or fall from the sky either.
It can't be helped. When you break the seals in Silverant, the mana over here grows thin.
Even so, I'm still a lot thicker over here than in Silverant.
Oh, you can tell that.
Of course, Genus and the Professor are elves.
Why can elves tell that?
Well, because they're elves? I mean, I don't know. That answer sounds completely, reasonable to me. Oh, so something I do find funny is Lloyd's often shown riding the red Riard because, he wears red. But when you actually get the ability to fast travel in the world, if Lloyd is in the lead position in the party, he's actually riding a blue Riard. Not really all that relevant in the grand scheme of things. It was just something that always stood out to me. Because I'm like, why did they make the lead character, Riard, not be red? Since atypically the Tales games are made so it's like we expect you to play as the main character. Yes, you can play as any of the other characters without issue if you enjoy playing as them. But, oh, go for it. Because atypically, when I play a Tales game, I usually just stick with playing the main character. Because I'm like, okay, the main character is usually, and from the words usually, never separated from the group. So I want to just get good at the character I always have to play as. Now, of course, there are obvious exceptions, like we've seen in this game, where we have to split the group into two. So it's like, it's good to have more than one character you can actually play as decently. But, or then, oh. So in Tales of Hearts R, the only version of the Tales of Hearts that we got here in America, that was for the Vita. Tales of Hearts R, it was a full-on remake, because the original Tales of Hearts was made on the DS, and to my understanding, its graphics were a lot more in line with like the old NES and SNES era games, you know, 2D battlefields, etc. But when it was remade for the Vita as Tales of Hearts R, and we finally got it in America, it was given kind of a 3D makeover and added a bunch of additional DLC. Or not DLC, just added content, because, you know, I mean, you could get DLC for the game, like they had DLC costumes, which... Something I always liked about this game is, as a kid, this was the first game I played where you could actually change the character's appearance with second costumes. The closest I'd ever experienced to that was the different tunic colors in Ocarina of Time. Because, yeah, I know, changing the character's outfits, nothing that special, but nothing that special nowadays. This was the first game that ever did that for me, so always is going to stand out in my brain. Well, something I really hate about the later Tales games, starting with Xillia going forward. While there are costumes you can unlock in-game, most of the second costumes are now paid DLC. Which I really can't complain too much about them, because if you watched our Tales of Berseria playthrough, you could have clearly seen that I actually did own some of the paid DLC costumes, and yeah, I'm a bit hypocritical when I complain about them because I'm contributing to the problem. But anyway, back to Hearts. There was an antagonistic rival character, the original Tales of Hearts, called, I'm going to say his name wrong, called Calisadone. Sorry, every character in Tales of Hearts, they're named after different types of minerals because rocks are very important to that game. Well, Calisadone was just a rival boss character who you'd run into throughout the course of Tales of Hearts. They made him a playable character in the R remake and gave him a wee bit of a boss rush mode that you had to play exclusively as him. Now, he is a unit that, you know, he hits hard and he can heal, but I had a different cast of characters I preferred using over him. And since Tales of Hearts is so far the only Tales game I've played where the non-active party members get less experience than the active ones, he was frighteningly underleveled when I had to do that boss rush mode as him. So again, if you play a Tales game, if you play a Tales game, I recommend finding 2 characters at least you're good at. Actually, that's another reason I really did not like Tales of Vesperia, is, and I'm talking about the original Xbox 360 release, not the remake, so Vesperia, actually both so the game originally launched on the Xbox 360, then Vesperia got a PlayStation 3 port that was exclusive to Japan that added a bunch of content. We never saw that content until it was remade for modern consoles. Kind of like what happened with this game. Like, it was released on the GameCube, then there was a PlayStation 2 port that was Japanese exclusive that added extra content that we didn't see until the PlayStation 3 port 10 years ago. And then this HD remaster is based on that PlayStation 3 port, which is a shame because the PlayStation 3 port is based on the PlayStation 2 port, and the GameCube version, which is the most smooth running version of the game, is kind of just been lost to the nether. It is a shame. Sorry, I do apologize for not reading out the skits, but I don't want to lose my train of thought. so I apologize about that. Especially since these are some good character bits for the characters as they're talking about their current situation, you know?
I was just warming up.
Oh, excuse me. Hey, by the way, where are we going? What the? You're the one that said let's go. I thought you knew where you were going. How would I know? I'm from Silverant. Oh, yes, of course, I'm sorry. Miltokyo, the imperial city, the center of Tethiala. It's the city where the king of Tethiala resides. Is that far from here? It's not that far, just north of here. Miltokyo, huh? Okay, let's hurry and go there. All right. When and how did Noish get here? Noish, are you upset? What are you upset about? I would assume he's upset about the crash. Where was he riding? Oh, I'm sorry, Noish. Hey, I'm trying to apologize. Fine, whatever. Supper for you tonight, you hear me? It's like, again, I know he's got to be kept with us for the sake of still having access to long range mode, which I think I saw the long range totem on the overworld before we crashed. Because, yeah, they actually, I really do like the fact that as we were flying and crashing, it was showing the actual overworld beneath us. Where is it? Really? Wolves? I mean, actually... Oh, wait. These are just slightly reskinned wolves. So let's say I'm like... Really? Those are like some of the first enemies we encounter, but the fact that, like, okay... They clearly aren't the same wolves, since they actually put up a bit of a fight and didn't go down in like 2 hits. Where'd it go? There it is. Wait, I got what? Super pellets. The pellets are part of the most frustrating, annoying, and in my opinion, worthless side quest in this game. The angel appeared in the Tower of Salvation. He was unbelievably powerful. Yeah, I sensed a power unlike anything I felt so far. Even I thought we were going to die that time. Yggdrasil is what Kratos called him. Yggdrasil? Huh. Oh dear.
Be careful, everyone.
Because there's a side quest. I actually don't even know where the side quest is because it was something my brothers looked up. Like, this is what you have to do to get it. I'm like, oh, fuck no, I'm not doing that. But basically, you have to collect pellets and give them to this guy who will melt them down into figurines in basically a gacha game. It's...
That's it?
Just, no. And, like, the rarest pellets, you can only get them from... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, there's a specific arena combat encounter you can do. The blob just sped and ran it. Yeah. I just got shot by an amorphous mass of goo. But, yeah. I love watching those enemy things run at you because they look so dorky. Oh shoot, what was I saying?
I was just getting started.
But yeah, the speed, yeah, no. But yeah, just I know this still came out in a time where the games felt like they really had to include a lot to make sure you got a bang, you know, the most bang for your buck, but I'm like, Come on, like, even if you just play through the main story, there's, like... Oh, what's wrong, Professor?
I don't understand. I'm cooking exactly according to the recipe that Genus gave me, but it's not going well.
Oh, it's your wacky cooking?
What do you mean by wacky?
Uh-huh. But if you're following Genus's recipe, it should turn out a little better.
I guess I should have tried... I guess I shouldn't have tried to put my own spin on it.
Spin?
Well, for instance, cakes. Cake is sweet no matter who bakes it, right? So wouldn't a spicy cake be breathtaking?
I think I know why your cooking is so dangerous. I mean, honestly, I'm like, I wouldn't say no to trying a cake that was spicy, because I'm positive it can be made to work, but the thing is, Rain, you're not really good at understanding the strengths of each ingredients and what flavor pairs with what, so you are not the person to make a spicy cake. Actually, is Lloyd maxed out his skill of cooking the cabbage roll? Yes. Alright, let's have someone else work on their cooking skill. There's the... Oh. Let's grab the long-range totem first. But yeah, I get it. You know, they had to justify Noish being with us just so we could still keep using this, but it is... So, say, what's Tetheola's Chosen of Mana like? Well, to sum him up in one word. Uh-huh.
He's an idiot.
Huh?
Well, you'll see for yourself.
For the record, I do agree with Sheena, but... Well, we'll get to him. So I've got 200 grade. Okay. Not great. I was hoping to have a little closer to 300 or 400 because I'm hoping, because I want to get 1,000 grade before I beat the game, or I hope I can at least get 1,000 grade. I'm definitely probably not gonna grind that out though. Oh yeah, so interesting bit of just interesting bit of world building. These, these little inns that pop up. In Silverot, they're expensive here. In Silverot, they're called Houses of Salvation, but here they're Houses of Guidance. Let's see. I don't use TikTok, but I heard that some people on TikTok thought of an invention. A phone that only works at home like a home phone that is literally a landline. It's still that almost seems like that one invention where you put a piece of plastic shaped like a phone in your pocket that doesn't do anything other than be like, it psychologically fills the need of having a phone in your pocket, but it's not a phone. It's a way to unplug from technology and whatnot. Colette, we're in Tetheola. Can you tell? It's no use. She doesn't respond at all. Maybe you should try telling her you love her. But why? Oh, you're so dense. Stop asking questions and just try it. I love you? Oh well, I guess if that was all it took to bring her back to normal, we wouldn't be coming all the way here to Tetheola. Ow! One thing I do actually like, even though I do think I largely stand by that I do ship Lloyd and Colette now, because like I said, my OTP for this game used to be Lloyd and Sheena, but like I said, I picked up on a few more of the subtle nuances of the relationship between Lloyd and Colette that I missed before. I do like the fact that outside of some scenes, Lloyd doesn't act overtly romantic towards really any character, meaning that it's like he does the right thing and does nice things for his friends just because, not because he expects any romantic or any romantic rewards from it or whatnot. It's like, take a note, nice guys of the world, you can still treat people, and especially women, nicely without being expected to receive romantic reward from it or something like that.
I can't believe he's really our enemy. Kratos? Yes, I did think he seemed to know too much, but...
As we blindly went ahead with the journey of regeneration, he was just laughing at us the whole time.
I wonder, of all the things he said, especially to you, Lloyd, I felt a gentleness in his words when he spoke to you.
Kratos, gentle? You gotta be kidding!
Still, it's true. It's hard to believe that the things he said to us after we saw the extra manufacturing at the Asgard Ranch were spoken by a cold-hearted man of Crucius.
Then why did he take Colette?
I don't know.
All we know is that his goal... Right, all we know is that his goals and ours are not the same. Yeah.
Let's begin the race. Get him! No way! Alpha! Like that? Out of my... Ready? Spread!
Get up, Lloyd. Get up, Lloyd. Yeah, those nice guys. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, just be nice to everyone. I've been kind of my classmates, and I've gotten kindness back. Yeah, the problem is so many nice guys, at least during my generation. Maybe it's changing, but I know, like, our train of thought was, oh, girls like bad boys. So I'm going to distinguish myself by being nice to them. Even though it's like, well, I'm really just a jerk. Oh, no. Seriously? And that's bad. That's bad. It wasn't like I was in any major cutscene or there was a lot of shit on screen. I'm just going to let the opening cinematic play so you guys can actually see it, but... Yeah, this is not the best put together port of this game. And it was doing so well, despite the laggy hiccup that was the fire dungeon. Holy fuck bucket. Okay, you know, I'm going to let the opening cinematic play for you guys. I need to quickly run to the restroom. The fact that the game crashed is extra frustrating because Once again, the original GameCube version never had crashing issues until at least I saved here. At least I have that. Like, it wasn't until I basically loved my copy of the game to death and it started freezing. Like, not crash. Well, I mean, okay, it crashed, but yeah, it wasn't until I really just loved my copy into the ground that I started experiencing crashing of any kind on the original GameCube version. This is a brand new copy of the game on new software or new hardware. And you all saw that. It literally just crashed while walking through the overworld, while there wasn't all that much on screen. So that's not good. Like I said, I guess the question is, people would be like, could I recommend this port? I'm like, well, considering getting a GameCube copy of this game goes for several $100s because of how rare the game is, yeah, I can still actually recommend this because the updated graphics are nice. The extra cinematics are good, and again, while it is always still going to be better on the GameCube, just getting your hands on a copy of this on the GameCube is just hard. And for that reason, I am always going to be grateful that I still have my GameCube copy. I mean, as I shared in the Discord, I was holding all 3 physical copies of this game release that I own. Heck, the remake for the PlayStation 3, I got like the super expensive $130 special box set. And it came with this like really big box with a metal case, a bunch of figurines of the main character of Lloyd and Colette with the 2 main characters of the sequel. Because I know some people are like, wait, the PlayStation 3 release of this game included the sequel with it as well. Why does this version not? Because the sequel is trash and is best forgotten about. Like, it was bad enough the sequel was ported to the PlayStation 3. We don't want it ported again because that game is nothing but character assassination. It's Tales of Character Assassination. That's what that game is. Because Lloyd is my absolute favorite fictional character of all time, and oh boy, do they ruin him in the sequel. All for the sake of pushing a new whiny little shithead, who is ironically enough voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, which disappoints me because I like Johnny Young Bosch. And I don't like being absolutely livid with them. Then again, I think the reason why Johnny Young Bosch was cast was because this was kind of during the time that he was doing Ichigo on Bleach. And they literally have him do his... So, the main character in the second game kind of has a split personality. And they make sure it's like, hey, Johnny, would you do your Ichigo voice for the more violent personality? Because Bleach is popular right now, and everyone loves your Ichigo voice. I mean, I do like his Ichigo voice, but... Yes, I'm sure that's not exactly what happened, but the timing does line up. Oh, wait. Can I not get across? Oh, wait. No, I can't get across that river. You know, again, it's funny just seeing how, as a kid, being like, this is such a big overworld, but as an adult, I'm like, this overworld is deceptively small. And there is so, like, in these old school type of overworlds, like you'd get with Final Fantasy and old Tales games. It's just because they're technically big, if there's not enough a lot of things to do in the overworld, it's just kind of an annoying obstacle to stop you from getting to the action, if you know what I mean.
How did you like my
So they kind of
spell?
ruined Lloyd to make another character scene better or something like that. I mean, they didn't even do it to make another character scene better. Well, okay, they helped build up Zelos's character. It's just... How do I put this? Just... Okay, I'm going to completely spoil several parts of the sequel because the sequel's terrible and you shouldn't play it. The game opens with Lloyd actually being... Well, Lloyd is depicted as being like a zealotous assassin for the Church of Martel, killing anyone who badmouths Colette. Spoiler, it's someone disguised as Lloyd. But rather than coming forward and help clearing his name, something that even Lloyd later in the game admits he wish he had done, he just keeps hiding and running away and acting shady as fuck to his friends. Basically like, hand over those, you know, artifacts you're collecting or else. And then eventually it's even revealed he's like, I'm not even sure why I did that. It just made everything worse. And it's not done. I mean, it's only done to just because, like, the main character, he thinks Lloyd killed his parents because the guy who was who was pretending to be Lloyd killed his parents. So it's not even there to make the new character look good. It's there to just justify the main character's dislike of Lloyd. It serves no purpose other than artificial conflict that is annoying. And the only good thing that comes out of it is Colette being like, I trust you, but I still trust Lloyd, and some bits with Zelos, who you guys haven't met yet.
Sorry, but I'm going to part ways with you here.
What? Why?
Have you forgotten I was trying to kill Colette? I have to report my failure to the chief.
Is the chief person not in the city?
I'm from Mizuho. The people of Mizuho were chased from this land. We all live in hiding. If you go to make the report, are you going to be all right? Don't worry about that. Anyway, I'd like to deliver this letter for me. Please give it to the king in the castle of Tetheala. Tell him it's from Sheena of Mizuho. He'll grant you an audience right away.
The king wants to kill Colette, right? Are you sure this is going to be all right?
In order to stop that, I've written details of everything that's happened, and request that they help heal Colette.
I see. Thank you.
You don't have to thank me. It's nothing. Don't mention it. The Imperial Research Academy is under the control of the royal family. There isn't any other way. That's all.
Are you embarrassed? You're funny, Sheena. Yeah, she's embarrassed because, you know, she does like Lloyd.
We'll see you again, right? We might meet again. We might not. Then let's not say goodbye yet.
Yeah, see you around.
See you again someday.
And I will admit, there's a really funny bit in the second game. Yes, it does further Lloyd's character assassination, but it is still really funny because due to a misunderstanding, Genus yells out, "Lloyd, you want to have an affair with a married older woman?" And every single female in the game has kind of a heartbroken moment where it's like, what? But I thought we had something or something like that. And it's really funny. But then the main character of the female character of the second game is like, yes, don't let anything stand in the way of love. And it's like, that's why I don't like you. Conflict that was made artificial by using artificial is usually bad. If the characters wouldn't do it, then don't make them. Yeah, that's like... Colette and, again, Zelos are the only characters in the sequel that I can actually say act like themselves in this game. Lloyd isn't acting like himself, and it's annoying. Sheena doesn't... Sheena, Regal, and Presea, you haven't met the other two, they just are there. They don't do much. And I don't remember any contribution Rain does to the main story. She's just... I guess she's just kind of there, too. Oh, there's dogs on this side, too. But yeah, it's a lot of false drama. It's a lot of, hey, let's go back to these places we remember. Oh, guess what? There was more stuff there that we didn't do before. Lol. Ha. Colette. She used to love dogs. Oh, it's this guy. That's a violent young lady there. That's marvelous. Fuck off, Rodile. You know, actually, I like the fact that even though we as an audience know who Rodile is, because that's the first time we've seen him interact with the characters, they still put his name in question marks. Just to really emphasize that the characters don't know who he is, even though we as the audience have already been clued in. Who in the world was that man? No, I don't need it explained, personally. Alright, let's do some shopping. Tethyala is so amazing. There are all sorts of things I've never seen in Silverant.
I suppose we should be expected in the flourishing world. But as long as this world's flourishing, Silverant will be in decline.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But how in the world did things wind up like this?
That's a fascinating question.
Now, something just kind of swinging back to something Rain brought up earlier, but just didn't follow up on. I'm assuming all of those bodies we saw in the Tower of Salvation, Colette's not the first person to, is not the first chosen to at the very least make it to the tower, but I'm assuming for one reason or another, the other chosens just weren't compatible with Martel or something like that. So they were like, well, you didn't work, now die. It's like, but we've already killed you. I don't know. I don't actually know. I don't know if we ever get like an official 100%. This is absolutely what we were going for with the bodies in the tower. And you know what? That's fine. It doesn't need to be explained, as it's something that having the information is not inherently going to make the game better or worse, whether you know or not know, if you know what I mean. But it is fun to speculate on. Oh yeah, I should keep an eye out for a Wonder Chef here. Hold on, we're going to go on a tour to the town to see if we can find a Wonder Chef. Wait. Hold on, I didn't check that coat hanger. Okay. I mean, usually the Wonder Chef is disguised as something that stands out a bit more, but you never know. Have you watched Venom? Like Venom, the Marvel movie, or something else? I mean, I guess it's a Sony... Well, okay, I mean, it's based on a Marvel property. It's just, it's distributed by Sony. Because I haven't watched it all the way through, but I have seen, you know, clips of it throughout. I just heard everything in the movie was just really forced. Again, assuming that is... Again, assuming you are actually talking about the Marvel movie and not something else. Now, I haven't seen any of Venom Let There Be Carnage, like, at all. Just because I heard him, like, it's just as dumb. Now, there are a lot of things that are updating on my phone. I'm really glad I remembered to silence my phone, just so you guys didn't have to hear the pings and whatnot. Although speaking of superhero movies, I did watch Shazam: Fury of the Gods yesterday, and I think the first film was better, but This film was equally entertaining, so I do recommend at least one watch with that one. Yes, so secret. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just. Have you seen just a brightly dressed guy with a long ass fork? Like, once I find him, I'll be on my. Actually, it looks like I'm gonna be on my way, even if I don't find him. Okay, okay. I was gonna say they were doing testing with the symbiote being compatible with the creature. That it's similar to what happens with Colette, as she's compatible as Eddie Brock. Oh, okay. Yep, that could be. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, a moment that I hated as a kid, but have actually somewhat grown to appreciate. People of the world,
Hey, watch it!
feast your eyes
Watch where you're going!
on Zelos.
Now, settle down, my darling honeys. Hi there, my little cool beauty. Are you hurt?
I used to hate Zelos as a kid, and to be fair, you are going to hate Zelos in the first part of the game. But he is one of the most well-written, well-developed characters I have ever seen in a video game. Like, I would put his character development up there with Velvet from Berseria. Because he starts as just this absolutely disgusting ladies man.
Master Zelos himself has deigned to speak to this girl, and yet look how she acts!
Just look at her. It's not even festival time, and yet she's dressed up in an angel costume. How stupid are you?
You're supposed to get a weird vibe from him.
Can you believe the nerve of this hag? What did you say?
Genus, let it go. She's obviously never looked in a mirror.
Zing.
What did you say?
You're all behaving like children.
Now, settle down. Are you upset, my little angel? You know, I bet you're as cute as a button when you smile. Whoa! Wow, that was a surprise. You sure are strong, my little angel. You certainly startled me. Who are you? No offense, but I'm not interested in talking to guys.
You know, that's funny because I know a lot of people, you know, he doesn't like talking to guys. A lot of people actually ship him and Lloyd. I'm not fully in that camp, but no joke. As Lloyd and Zelos' friendship by the end of the game is really touching, I'm not gonna lie.
I hate this guy already.
Yeah, I want to be clear. You are not supposed to like him at the start of the game. Like, they're laying it on thick deliberately. They don't think this is actually an enduring character. They are trying to get you to dislike him.
Ooh, what's your name, beautiful?
Like,
Give me your name. and
this
I'll give you
isn't
mine.
bad writing. This is intentionally bad writing. There is a difference.
Hey, you copied Lloyd.
Now that I've heard someone else say it, it sounds kind of arrogant.
Oh, my, you don't know me? Well, I guess I still have a ways to go.
Master Zelos, let's go!
Oh, yes, of course. Well then, I'll see you again, my lovely lady, my cute little angel, and, you other people.
Yes, he is a party member, just FYI.
What was that all about?
What an ass! He was grinning like an idiot the entire time. What's wrong with that guy?
Well, I wouldn't say they did a good job to make a bad character. They did a good job of making an unlikable character, because I feel a bad character is a character that's just poorly written, and Zelos is anything but poorly written.
He had an X-sphere on him.
What? No way!
So that's how he reacted so fast. Just who is that guy?
Now again, other spoilers, and like, oop, did not mean to go out. Another reason why I also did dislike Zelos as a kid, Zelos's playstyle is identical to Kratos's. He is literally a replacement character for Kratos, down to the fact that he uses a sword and shield, he can use magic, etc. This was something that, so that was something that made him rub me the wrong way extra as a kid. Because as a kid, I'm like, well, Kratos is cool and stoic, and ew, this guy wears pink. That's girly. But again, I'm not going to try to sell you on him now. But I'm like, give him time. Sorry, just since I've only got 9,000 gold right now, I also want to check out the weapon shop to see if there's anything new there. I don't want to blow all my money on armor for everybody just yet. Because since I'm terrible at games, I need the extra protection to make sure I do not die. Yeah, unlikable character. I just could. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. Sorry, I wasn't trying to tell you off. I was more just like, oh, did I call him a bad character? There we go. Yeah, again, I'm not reading this. It's the same as always. It's just he changes what recipe he's making, or what recipe he's teaching us. Ogre sword. Okay, I'm gonna buy this because Colette hasn't gotten a new weapon in a while. Okay, I guess I will buy the Ogre Sword. And I guess that's all I'm going to buy, because... Oh yeah, she's still using the Sting Ringer. It has been a while since Colette got something new. Alright, you're a customizer, right? No, I didn't have brass, so I couldn't forge that anyway. Couldn't forge the Ray Thrust anyway. Couldn't forge... Still don't have black silver. Let's see. Why does Colette just walk around following the party? Oh, that's a good question, because given that she's been stripped of her identity and personality, what about that would make her inclined to follow the party? Shit, that's a great question. I never questioned it, because it's like, well, but she's a party member. She has to come with you, but I mean, you're right. And I mean, why did she leave with the renegades, or what? Why is she just hanging out with us? I mean, I guess we could say that despite her losing her heart and her memory, it's just instinct to stick with Lloyd? I guess? Shit! Dang it, Muffin! You're making me think things! I don't like thinking things. Don't you remember LeFou from Beauty and the Beast? Thinking's a dangerous pastime. Oh, this is almost as bad as when Flays broke Darksiders and twerked all over the wall. You know, I found the Wonder Chef. I'm just gonna go to where I need to go next.
Who are you people?
We want to meet the king.
His Majesty is ill and is not granting audiences. Now that you know, please leave.
We have to see him.
I'm sure you do, but tell His Majesty as well, there's nothing you can be done. The Church Martell is preparing a prayer ritual to pray for His Majesty's recovery. So try asking the priest in the church to ensure he gets well as soon as possible. Alan, you're the chief's up. All right.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to go to the church. Let's take him to church. Welcome to the Church of Martell. Oh, Perseo, the prayers are to take place in the royal chambers. It's been years since you've played a game, yet you're discovering new things. Guess new set of eyes is great to have. You're not wrong, and I mean, okay, in addition to they've added new stuff to this port, admittedly, but I played through the first part of the game doing the alternate route I've never seen before, so I'm seeing all sorts of new stuff in this game, so. We carry the sacred wood in the castle. Yes. Ah, Persea. She's cute. That girl he called Persea has an X-Sphere too? Is that a standard custom over here? Yeah, she's really cute. You're not listening at all, are you? You mentioned prayers. Oh, the prayer for the recovery for the king. Yes, the Chosen and the Pope will pray before His Majesty and receive the assistance of Martell. You said the prayers will take place in the royal chambers, right? Your reaction when you actually thought, wait, super funny, thanks. Yes, that is correct, but... Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. Guys, I figured out how we're going to get and see the king. What are we gonna do? We'll pretend to carry the sacred wood and sneak in. I thought he said that. I thought you'd say that, but how are we going to get the sacred wood? Let's just have Persea help us. What? Really? I agree. This is a good plan. Let's do that. Well, all right. Let's try talking to her at least. And let's catch up to her.
Well then, I'll let you get to work. The sacred wood goes to Altamira. You can do it after your current job is done.
Understood.
The plan is right on schedule. I must report to Lord Rodial.
I'm evil!
Hey, hang on.
I'm getting really bad with the timing.
Could we have a moment of your time?
I'm Lloyd. This is Colette and Rain and...
I'm Genus.
Hey, Genus. Why are you all flushed?
Would you let us help you carry the sacred wood? Wait!
I'm sorry, I know this is a bit strange, but please hear us out. The truth is, we have a letter we wish to give to the king.
Our friend's life depends on it, but we have a problem because the king is sick and refuses to see anyone. It would really help us out if we could carry it for you. Are you listening?
Understood.
Oh, by the way, it's just a fun bit of trivia. Persea is voiced by Tara Strong, who did the voice of, well, okay, she has done countless voices, but she does the voice of Raven in the Teen Titans animated series, which was airing around the same time this game came out.
Please carry that.
Oh, okay. Leave it to us. Oh my... Wait a minute. This thing is heavy. I've lost all confidence as a man.
Me too. Anyway, let's follow her.
I love that. I love that joke. That joke has always slayed me. Sorry to keep you waiting. Wait, it's not... Wait, there's such a sale today. What are you people?
Where we are helping. We're helping to deliver the sacred wood to use in the prayer ceremony.
Today is special.
All right, you may.
All right, you may pass. Excuse us coming through. Oh, lumberjacks all women and children these days. But that Persea who hardly ever talks said so. It must be fine.
Well, we managed to make it inside.
What are we going to do with the sacred wood? Leave it here.
Okay, now let's go look for the royal chambers. What will you...
What will you do, Persea?
Yeah, sending her back alone would be suspicious. Let's have her come with us. Would you do that for us?
Processing. Alright, let's outfit Persea. Yeah, she uses the same type of armor that Colette uses. Let's see. Alright, you are able to find food items. That's not terrible, actually. Actually, she's one of the few characters I do like as an S-type. Then again, I've actually never really seen her as a T-type character before, so I'm actually going to see... I'm going to actually have her go T and see what abilities she learns. So we're going to put you in the part... Actually, hold on. Colette, do you have anything new you're going to learn? Actually, is anyone on the verge of learning anything new? Okay, yeah, I'm going to... Although... The problem is, everyone in the party has stuff I need... Yeah, okay. Anyone have any new titles? No. No, alright. I would hate to be a cook in a castle because it's like, I mean, I'm already a cook as it is, and you've already got to wake up so much earlier than everyone else just to make sure breakfast is ready, but being like the main cook in a castle, it's like, well, you got to be up early to cook breakfast, but then you've also got to stay up late, you know, for... Let's see, I started playing old Sonic games. I found one game timeline that I'm following, so... Following lore because I like following lore. There's so many classics before I get to Sonic Adventure. Yeah, the Sonic timeline is an interesting one, and I'm only passively familiar with it. Yeah, I'm weird in that, yes, I played some of the older Sonic games when I was a kid, but the first Sonic game I ever fell in love with was Sonic Adventure 2. So I'm in that weird group that... The first really amazing experience I had with Sonic was in 3D. Which, considering the fact that, you know, there are people to this day that still insist Sonic has never worked in 3D, that's amusing to me. I still need to get my hands on Sonic Frontiers and give it a try, because I've heard it's good. But something I've also realized, like, the only reason why I really liked the Sonic Adventure games was because of the Chow Gardens. So even other Sonic games that I did kind of like as a kid, because I actually did like Sonic Heroes as a kid. I already went in there, my bad. I realized Sonic Heroes sucks. And because there's no Chow Garden, I have very little reason to want to go back to it. Wait, isn't there? There it is. Now, who gave you permission to come here? We brought the sacred wood, but then we were asked to aid with the preparations of the prayer.
It was an order from the Pope.
The Pope? Just a moment, I'll ask. Kidney punch! Sorry about this.
What's going on? Oh, it's you, people.
Ah, you're the one we met in...
Chosen, do you know them?
The Chosen?
Well, I don't know if I'd say I know them. Just what are you people doing here? So, you're Tethiala's Chosen of Mana.
What? This guy's the Chosen?
What do you mean, Tethiala's? Are you from Silverant?
Yes, we are.
These are the people from the declining world! Princess, have no fear. What's your name?
Lloyd.
Lloyd, well, for what purpose have you come here?
We've come to deliver this letter from Sheena of Mizuho to the king.
Sheena? What's your relationship with Sheena? Sheena! Your Majesty, please forgive us for causing a disturbance in your presence. Lloyd, give me the letter!
Here it is.
People of Silverant, wait in the other room for a while. Pastor, show them to the Crimson Chamber.
Yes, Your Eminence. They're making us wait a long time.
They may be preparing to kill us, and then, to them, Colette's an obstacle.
If things turn out like that, what'll become of Presea? We'll have to find some way to let her escape. Sorry for dragging you into this, Presea.
Sorry for keeping you waiting, Travels from Silverant.
So you read the letter?
You want us to use Tethiala's technology to save the Chosen from your side, right?
Colette has lost her soul. She'll lose her life as a human if she stays this way.
But as long as the Chosen lives in your world, Teeter's on the brink of destruction.
It's just as Rain said. Wait, please, listen. Listen to what we...
I don't want to hear it. Get them.
Dick punch!
Damn, they can't even scratch her. See, I told you they have X-Spheres. Of course they're powerful.
That was Rain's voice.
Of course they're powerful.
There we go. That's Starscream. Ah, you're not as dumb as you look.
Impudent little brat. What would you say to making a deal? A deal? Colette lost her soul because she was being reborn as an angel in order to save Silverant. But as long as she does not become an angel, Silverant will not be saved. I see. So if we save the Chosen, Tethiala will... Damn it!
Oh, ouch. That sucks, honey. Sorry, I just got a text from Abby, and that's unfortunate.
That means you'll be abandoning Silverant. I don't care.
Professor, what are you saying?
Our priority right now is saving Colette, is it not?
But abandoning Silverant... Alright, that's fine. Is it okay to decide something like that so easily? Right now, the most important thing is to save Colette. That's why we came all the way to Tethiala, right?
Is there internal discord?
No. We'll do as the professor suggests and make a deal. Please, tell us how to save Colette.
Say, Perp, if these guys don't go back to Silverant, then it doesn't matter if they're alive or dead. They can't complete the regeneration ritual. So go on and keep tabs on them. That should be fine. If you insist, Chosen One.
Then you'll save Colette, right?
Well, we'll do what we can, anyways. I swear on my name, Zelos, the Chosen.
By the way, I have mentioned this in a past stream, but I just want to bring it up again because we've actually met him. Zelos is, he's named after another minor Greek god that's part of the same quartet that Kratos is. So, yeah, it was a naming convention. It's like, hey, since Zelos is a replacement for Kratos, it works out because, again, they're both named after a group of Greek gods. And I'm not familiar enough with the other two that's part of the quartet to know if this game has any representation of those two, but yeah, just there you go. Bit of trivia. Guess we don't have much of a choice. Okay, that's fine.
Then it's settled. I'm going to get you ready so we can meet up later.
Where do you want to meet?
How about the Martel Cathedral?
Alright.
Then Chosen One, please report this to His Majesty. You got it. See you later, my gorgeous lady. Cute Chosen and a tiny Rosebud. Oh, and you servant boys.
Yo, Lloyd, you're finally here.
Zelos, right?
Yep. I'm the great Zelos Wilder, but you can just call me Zelos. We're gonna be traveling together for a while, so let's be friends, okay?
He sounds like he doesn't take anything seriously.
Let's see, putting aside the two guys, this gorgeous beauty is Rain, right? And then this cool cutie here would be Colette. And then who's this little one?
Persea, she helped us sneak into the castle.
The little one isn't from Silverant?
Ozette.
Ozette? That village out in the out in the forest? Oh, that's so sad. You're being used by these uncivilized barbarians.
Who are you calling uncivilized barbarians?
Hey, don't get mad. Especially after all the trouble I went through to contact the Imperial Research Academy for you.
Not bad, Zelos.
I know. Using the Research Academy requires permission from the king. But when the great Zelos speaks, His Majesty listens.
Since you're going to be keeping tabs on us, I'd certainly expect that much.
You're an obnoxious brat, you know that?
Going to the Imperial Research Academy is fine. But can we have you free Persea? Surely you don't need to keep tabs on her as well.
No. The Imperial Research Academy and Ozette are both on the continent across the sea, so we can just drop her off when we go.
I agree. That's a great idea.
Is that okay with you, Persea?
Yes.
Okay then. Where should we go?
To Sybac. It's on the other side of the Grand Teteala Bridge. It's northeast of here.
The Imperial Research Academy. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Let's go, everybody.
Zelos joined the party. T-S. Okay, we're gonna switch you over to a T-type. Just until you actually settle in as one and start learning your new abilities. Alright, we're gonna put Zelos in the party. Just because, oh yeah, he's got a lot of stuff that he needs to learn. And since learning new stuff is based on how many times you use your arts, he'll need to start using stuff. I feel Lloyd's voice sounds similar. I don't know where, but it sounds slightly similar. If you ever watch the Teen Titans animated series, it's the voice actor who did Robin from the Teen Titans animated series. I'm sure he's done other stuff, but that's how I know him. Also, for some other reason, like in the sequel, as well as Soul Calibur Legends, I think it's called, it was a Wii exclusive hack and slash game. Lloyd is voiced by a different actor. It's annoying. It's not that the new actor does a bad job with Lloyd, it's just not as good.
I'm tired of this.
Oh wait, I forgot to actually equip Zelos. Yeah, so the reason why we've been getting both swords and daggers for Kratos up to this point, it's because technically Yeah, just until you actually... Yeah. Like I said, I'm sure there's more seasons. I'm not 100% off the top of my head what else the actor has done. But, again, his role here as Lloyd and his role as Robin are the two things I know him best for. But yeah, the reason why he'd been getting, like, daggers or stilettos or dirks or whatever you want to call them, and swords for Kratos, it's because Kratos technically uses swords, where Zelos here is the dagger user of the group, technically. Well, that's a huge bridge.
Listen and be amazed, Bumpkins. This is the greatest drawbridge in the world. It connects the continents of Altamira and Fuji. Its control system incorporates 3,000 X-spheres.
3,000 human lives?
What? What's wrong? What's with those faces? I suppose we'd better tell you. That's a pretty sobering story. Is that really true?
You think we make up something like that? Processing.
Oh, well, even so, it's not like the dead are going to come back to life at this point. It's always best to look on the bright side of things. I can't tell if he's a positive thinker or just doesn't care about anything.
Since we're on the subject, you and Persea both have X-spheres too. Does everyone have X-spheres in this world? It didn't sound like it from the way Sheena talked about them.
No. I got this from these guys who call themselves the Renegades. They distributed quite a few of them to Sheena and the Papal Knights and such.
And Persea?
Beats me. Well, little one.
Processing.
She's so talkative.
Maybe some other time. Basically, you can play red light, green light with that cats, but I don't remember if playing it gets you anything, and honestly, that's not what we're here for.
Oh dear. Well then, I'd like to take this opportunity to cite everyone's nicknames.
What are you talking about all of a sudden?
You can call me Mr. Zelos. Persea will be Little One. Colette is Miss Angel. Lloyd, hey you, and Genus is Brat.
Gee, you must have spent a long time in that.
Did I mention it? And Rain will be the gorgeous, ultra cool beauty.
I don't want to be called something like that.
Then Her Highness. Zelos, can't you come up with something a little more normal?
The professor's the professor.
Professor, that doesn't have the right ring to it. It does have the bewitching female teacher. Ugh, fine, whatever, I don't care anymore. Okay then, Professor Rain it is. Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't realize how similar
my loud voice really was to sexist.
Because so I'm just gonna apologize now. I'm probably gonna slur Rain's voice and Zelos' voice into one at some point. Just kind of like what happened with Ernest and what's it called? Ernest and the lady from Custom Robo.
Who's that?
What about it?
I have a feeling I've heard that name before.
You sure you aren't thinking of Colette? Cosette and Colette kind of sound the same, you know? Ow! You don't have to hit me! You know, he's got a point. I'm just saying. Also, the game is not going to force us to cross the bridge every single time. In fact, I only remember requiring crossing it twice.
Looking at those two looks like...
Oh, you think so?
They hardly ever smile, you know. A girl's not just the same without a pretty smile.
Colette can't smile even if she wanted to. So don't say things like that.
I'm sorry. Sheesh. Touchy, touchy.
Oh, right. Well, let's go look for the long-range totem.
You guys stalking me?
I do love the move. Like, again, I say, like, Kratos and Zelos, their fighting styles really are interchangeable. But I love the visual flair behind Zelos' fighting style. He's just way more visually interesting to watch while he fights. Which, you know, does fit his more, you know, boisterous... Wait. That's right. Some of the long-range totems in Tetheala can't be reached until you get some of the flying machines. Until you get the flying machines back, or the Riards. Yeah, we've seen them. I don't need to keep calling them flying machines. Which is a little annoying because, well, we've got Riards. We can fly. We don't need Noish as much anymore. But, yeah, I'm not going to keep looking for it, because... Alright. Okay. Alright, with the... Yeah. I do think I am going to need to end the stream there, just because... Oh, excuse me. With... Yeah, with just everything else I still have to do today, and with stories going to... Okay, I mean, it's not exactly like the stories stopped coming recently, but we're going to be getting into another go, go, go moment that I'd rather do all in one stream for narrative reasons, but yeah, I think that's what we're going to call it there. I'm so happy that you all were able to join me for this big story beat in the game. Again, this moment in particular, like, again, the Tower of Salvation, that was such a big moment for little kid me, because it's like, wait, you're allowed to do something like this in a story? And yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of... When I get to other, like, big moments, as a... Yep, see ya, Muffin. When I get to other big moments, I will try to let people know that we're going to get to that. But, yeah. Yeah. I'm not... If you want to join the Discord, there's a link in the description. And I'm not sure when, but I'll see you then. Goodbye. Yes, yeah, glad it was a fun stream with the big twist. And the big twist is bye-bye.